Okay, so this video is about creating your own service. We never really build services from scratch unless it's a brand new service structure. We generally just open up a previous version and make modifications to it. I'm going to give you an example here of how to make a new morning prayer service, but it's the same for every type of service. So we're just going to scroll down to find morning prayers. And we'll find a recent version. So there's one 23rd of July. Not happened yet, but we can use that as an example. So let's open that one up. And we'll just ignore the scripts that are in there already, the lyrics that are in there. And here we go. Here's our service. So as you recognise, here's the intro slide and the first song the choir will sing, and then the opening prayer slide. And again, all these can be used in any order you choose to use them. But let's start off by getting rid of this first song and adding a new one. If you want a foolproof song you know is already, I would open up the music library that I've made. And there's also a children's music library that I've made called Kids Music. So if you open this up and look for Kids Music, and they're the kids ones, and then these ones are the congregation songs. So we're going to go looking for a nice gentle song to start the service, and I'm going to pick Bind Us Together. So I can just pick that from there. I can right click, I can copy, I can go into the morning prayer, I can click on the one that's there, I can right click and I can paste. It puts it below. I can right click and then I can delete. I'll save checking all the hymns till the end because I know they're coming from my music one to make sure the music is attached. But if you want to check, clicking on the little speaker icon there will show you there's some music attached. It'll give it the name. And then obviously you can check the object visibility and it's visible on all of them, so you're happy. So hopefully you're happy with that song, and we'll play it through to make sure before the service, especially if this is the first time you've done this and you're new to this. So the opening prayer slide will stay the same, and we'll move down to our first hymn. So we're going to go and grab a first hymn. This time we'll insert a first hymn and we'll add the music as we've done before. So let's think. So we'll go to lyrics and we'll choose, let's go for Come On and Celebrate. Okay, there it is. And happy with the background. Verse 1, verse 2, verse 3. Verse 1, verse 2, verse 3. But we know that verse 3 comes in more than that. So we'll just have a look at how it puts together and make sure it's correct. So I'll go to insert that, and it puts it where our cursor was, which is the wrong place. So we'll just pick it up and we'll drag it, and you'll see the little line go in there, the little line go in again, and we'll just drop it there, and then we'll scroll down a little bit and we'll get rid of I Am a New Creation. So we'll have a look at Come On and Celebrate. Click on the first slide. Is there any music? No, there's not. So what we'll do is, as before, we'll right click, insert, audio, click on music, type it in. Here it is down here, Come On and Celebrate. We only have one version, so we'll press open on that, and we'll make sure it's visible on all the slides. And then we can look at it and we can check it to make sure it's the right one. So you can play it from here by double clicking on the first slide. Got a volume control there as well. So if you know the song, you can sort of hum along with it. I suspect, with it being 2 minutes and 40, that the whole song goes through twice. And in which case, we won't add the whole lyrics twice. We'll just repeat when we come to this point. When we're happy, we can just stop that and we can save. And by saving, we've added that in as well. You can add this now back to the library, so that when you add that from the library again, we've just put that as the more recent version, we will hopefully get the song attached to it. So we're building up our library each time. So we've now added that to the library and the most recent versions in the library. But don't worry about that step too much if you can't remember it. It's just good for building our library up with music attached. Then we've got our declaring our faith, and they're all in there, they're set. And we've got the all age talk in there. So that's fine. And then we're on to the children's songs, ready for children to leave for creche. So we've already had those songs previously, so we know not to repeat them. And we'll go into the kids' music and pick some from there. One of my favourites at the moment is the Lighthouse one, so we'll take that and I will copy that. I know this has got the music attached because I've checked it and I've been through and done this, and I'll go back to the right place in there. I'll click on there and I'll right click and paste, and I'll hit save. Saving each time will mean if it crashes you won't lose it. Get rid of the trust in the Lord, and I'm going to find another one to go with that one. I'll go with Our God is a Great Big God, and I'll copy that, go back to music, and back to the service, and scroll down to find the space, right click on that and paste, and then get rid of Nobody's a Nobody, because we've had that one the previous week. Okay, and then we would go down and edit the psalm. So again, we would click into that, we would type in the psalm, and usually on the sheet at the front of the computer, on the service sheet that Richard provides, I often write the page numbers on to make life easy when it comes out each time. Otherwise, there's a Bible under the sound desk on the left hand side. Again, with the readings, we go through and check the readings, make sure they're okay. Jim often provides a list of readings as well in the service. And then we're going to replace In Christ Alone. So we're going to go and grab a different music. We'll pop into the music library. Again, the ones that I've built. And I'll just zoom down to find something that's more appropriate. And maybe... there you go. We'll have You Laid Aside Your Majesty. And we'll take a copy of that. Pop into the service. Scroll back down to where we're up to. Click on that and then right click and paste, and we can take out In Christ Alone. I'm just going to see why they've got a little arrow on there, and then we'll save to the library. That's good. And then we've got the prayers followed by the Lord's Prayer and the notices, and you might have received some notices from Richard in the form of a PowerPoint which you can then put in. I'll remind you again that you insert a slideshow, and then they're generally stored desktop and church material, and in there's notices for the 25th of June. I'll open that, and there you go. That's put the most recent version in, one that he sent in June, but I would then update it for July with a different one. Again, I would delete the ones I don't need. And the service then after that goes to You Shall Go Out With Joy. So I'll just click on that and click on the little speaker, and it's right, it's correct, and it's got object visibility all the way through. Now we can go back and check the rest. So let's just check to see if You Laid Aside Your Majesty is done. Yes, it is. We've got obviously chorus and chorus. I think it's repeated that, so we can just check that. That's good, all showing. And go back up to the top and check that. That's already, I know that works. I'll just save to the library. And My Lighthouse, that's good. That's all done. And Come On and Celebrate, we've done ourselves. We saved a copy to the library, so that's good. And opening prayers are done. That's sorted. All that's organised. Now, if the speaker has a PowerPoint slide they wish to use during their message or during the all age talk, you would insert it at this point. And again, it's insert elements and slideshow. And let's just take this All Age Talk of the Prodigal and put it in there. Now at this point, if they want to control the Media Shout with their remote control, the clicker, they'll often talk about it as a clicker, you have a facility to give them control for that period of time. And at that period of time, just as you're about to start on that slide, you would go up to the top and you would choose settings, and you will notice here there is a toggle remote feature. And if you turn that on, that will give them the ability to be able to use left and right mouse on their remote control, and they will be able to do right mouse and left mouse. But you need to be clicked into that part of the service. So if they're in that part of the service there, you need to be on that slide ready for them to move on with the arrow key. So you have to have clicked on that first slide and have it on the screen ready for them to control it with their arrow keys, as you can see me doing here. And at the end of that, I would recommend that you turn that toggling feature off so that they can't accidentally click the button and in the middle of a song and change the song over. Okay, so that gives them the control using the mouse then. Okay, and then that would be your finished service, and you can press save at the top in the home feature there, and you can go on to create a new service or use it there and then.